Hi guys, welcome back to the Talia Fros channel. My name is Fiona Kemi and I will be your host for today. If you're new here, thank you so much for coming on over. We love having you guys here. Please click subscribe and like, share, comment and give us your feedback. If you have been here before, thank you so much for coming back. Welcome back. And so let's get right into it. This month we are going to be talking about trimming dead ends and everything that has to do with that. If you're like me, and I feel like most like 4B, 4C people are with me in this thing, like every time you think about trimming you're like, but my length that I worked so hard to achieve, you know. And I understand, by the way, like I understand, but we are going to help you just sort of understand this process more and know that it's not going to stop your hair from growing. It's not going to make your hair grow longer either. That's a myth. But we're going to help you understand why you need to and all these different things throughout the month. So today specifically, we are going to talk about what is the best way to trim your hair. So okay, let's get into it, right? So you guys know that I usually like to give you a little bit of a science of what's going on. I feel like it has really helped me through my natural hair journey, just like knowing a little bit of the science of our hair. It just kind of gives you a reason. So you're like, oh, this is why this needs to happen this way. And it pays off eventually. So really quickly, I'm just going to explain a few things. First of all, you've probably had this a lot, but the ends of your hair are the oldest part of your hair, of course, and because they're the oldest, they are the most fragile, they are more porous, they, you know, just generally, because they've been with you through things, you know, they've been with you through your combing, through your heat, through even just like daily manipulation, like twisting, or just different types of styling. It's been with you through all that stuff, so just naturally it goes through a wear and tear process. So that's something we just need to understand. So know that your hair is always, it's not like sometimes people tell me, how come my hair isn't growing? And I always tell them your hair is growing. It's just that you're probably not maintaining the ends of it. So it grows, but then the ends of it break. So essentially it stays the same length and then you think my hair is not growing. But I think that's a discussion for another day. What are split ends? What does it mean to have split ends, dead ends, and you know, how? So split ends or dead ends come about basically by, again, we said wear and tear, but it's basically that the cuticles of your hair get damaged and leave the cortex exposed. So you know me and diagrams, so I'm just going to show you something here. This is a representation of what your hair strand looks like. This is the cortex of your hair, and these side things are your cuticles. Now the cuticles protect the cortex. So as we said, as you go on and your hair goes through all these things and it goes through wear and tear, these, you know, this outside layer, the cuticles, tend to get damaged and then they leave the cortex exposed. And once the cortex doesn't have this protection, then it's easy for it to just like split. Like quite literally, actually, it splits. It doesn't like split down the middle. More often than not, it's going to split in like a smaller side and a bigger side, etc., etc. And that's what split or dead ends mean. So now that we know that science, I think we all understand that split ends are inevitable. I mean, it's important to know that our daily practices, the way we handle our hair, will determine the rate at which we get split ends. You get, like, if you are using excessive heat, you're excessively manipulating your hair, maybe you're not safely coloring it, although coloring in itself will cause a certain amount of damage. Yeah, these things are things that will accelerate your splitting of ends. That sounds weird, but yeah, it will accelerate that process. So, I mean, that's why a lot of YouTubers, a lot of just like, you know, people who talk about hair and will for type 4 hair specifically will really recommend low maintenance, just like simple hair care, because the more gentle you are with our hair, the better your chances are of having healthy, longer, fuller hair. But maintenance of ends, I think, is a topic we can discuss another time. But yeah, I just wanted us to really understand that concept. So now that we have that out of the way, I'd like to give you guys 3 things that I believe are essential in trimming your hair, trimming your ends. Yes, 3 little tips that I think would really, at least for me, they've worked, and I really, they're just so basic. I feel like these are the basic things you're going to want to know, want to put in practice for the trimming of your hair. So let's get into that. So number 1 is use sharp shears / scissors. Shears is just a fancy word for scissors. It's recommended because there's a way that they are designed that will give you just like a clean cut, and you don't want to cut and then leave rough edges and that kind of thing. So sharp shears is really important. I do not have hair shears, okay, like just full disclosure. I tend to use whatever sharp scissors I have in the house. Please don't be like me. Be wise. Please, be wise. So let me show you my scissors. Now, because sometimes I do a little bit of craft work, so I have these scissors for, oh my goodness, I have these scissors for, they cut like material, so they are crazy sharp. So sometimes I use these. I also have some other sharp pair of scissors that I use, but this is the one I tend to use now. Why I'm really specifying having sharp scissors or sharp shears is the fact that if you use something that's not sharp and it gives you like rough ends, like, you'll cut and it will look like it's okay, but just like on a, should I say microscopic level? Just like if you really get in there, you're actually creating rough edges, and those rough edges make it easier for your hair to split again, which is what we are trying to avoid to begin with. So sharp shears are a must. Number 2 is cut your hair straight across. Don't cut your hair, don't do an angled cut of any kind. I sometimes see people do that, and this is why it's not a good thing to do. When you do angled cuts, you're actually increasing the surface area of some of your hair strands. I hope that doesn't sound too sciencey or whatever, but that's what you're doing when you do an angled cut. Some of the hair strands are going to have a wider surface area, and that wider surface area creates more opportunities for splits. Okay, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So it's better to just cut right across, and we're going to do like a small demonstration, so you're going to see these things. So I've taken my hair down so that I can do a little demonstration for you guys for trimming the hair. I just wanted to show you guys, I've been so negligent with my hair, truly. Like, look how bad my ends look. I mean, surely, as a person, is this fair to my hair? Is it even right? Can you guys see that? I hope it's focusing properly. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of mess going on. There's some knots. Okay, so because you can't really trim your hair while it's in old twists, so I've just taken out a section that I'm going to use to demonstrate for you guys. But can we just talk about length? But health before length, you guys. Health before length. Anyway, so this is the section we are going to work with. Now, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos where people are like, you look at the hair, and then over where you like, yeah, like here it's thick, and over where you stop seeing through. But you guys, me, I'm seeing through even up here. So that kind of thing doesn't work for me. This is, I don't know, it might work for you. Me, I don't know, maybe my hair is just not that thick. For me, what works to just like figure out where to trim from. let me just separate that properly, is feeling the hair. You know, you need to be able to just like feel and know, right? So like from the top here, it feels, I don't have naturally more soft hair, but it's kawa. So like I know the natural feel of my hair, it feels like softish and it just a little bit, I don't know, it just feels nice. It's got a little bit of a stretch to it and whatever, but like there's like down here, it feels crunchy. I know this is hair I moisturized earlier this morning. It's afternoon now. So like down here where I feel that as if crunchy, I can even see some knots. Yeah, like when I feel, oh, okay, that's happened. Yeah, where like when I feel that crunchiness and just like, that's how I know where to cut my hair from. So you just, it really is like you play it by feeling. So I touch, I touch, I touch. Again, don't fear for your length. These things are good. Oh, I have some knots, you guys. Also, it's advisable, like every time you see a knot, just chop it at that moment because knots are just useless. So here we are, I think. The feeling. I think I want to cut it from around here. Doesn't feel right from around here. As you can see, a lot of this is even shaded. Yeah. I keep running through it because, you know, there's shed here, what? Just trying to get like the best possible picture of where I should drop it from. So it's gonna be like around there. So you get your scissors, which I forgot to put nearby. Yeah. And so remember what we talked about. Don't angle cut. Don't cut like this. Don't cut like this. So yeah. Actually, this is the better way. You see, I see. So yeah, from there. Ta-da! And you have your nice, fresh ends. And that's it. So I just wanted to show you guys really quickly that how much better your twists will look if you maintain your ends and just like, you know, have just like a system of trimming off whatever, you know, the knots, the things that don't need to be there. Twists. So I'm just going to show you this old twist. I've had this hair for like 3 weeks. No, actually I'm pushing a month. But yeah, I'll show you the old one and the, I guess, new one. So you can just see how they look. And as you can see, the difference is clear. Even as I was getting these installed, I just saw all my dead ends and my twists just didn't look, you know, like those Instagram twists, you know, YouTube. It's just out here looking raggedy. Also, shrinkage is a lie. It's a lie. Number 3 and my final tip is trim your hair while it's dry. Now because we have type 4 hair, well, a lot of us have type 4 hair. You know, we do most of our stuff when our hair is wet. If you want to comb, if you want to, you know, just any kind of manipulation is easier when our hair is wet. But trimming is different. I mean, I know that you may sometimes see in the salon, like those professional stylists are like, I'm trimming the hair while it's wet. But it's not. It's actually not a plan if you want to trim your ends. Why do I say that? I'm going to show you a little demonstration that will help you see what I mean and why I really believe you should trim your hair dry. So full disclosure, this is something I learned from the Green Beauty channel. So this is not mine, but this is a wet piece of paper. I hope that is visible. And I'm just going to use a regular pair of scissors for paper so you guys can see what I mean. The wet paper represents wet hair. So those are the kinds of edges you'll get, right? Rough. But if you trim dry hair, it will be a much cleaner cut. You know, like that. Much cleaner edges. So those are my 3 tips. So that's the end of this episode, guys. I hope it was helpful and gave you some insight into trimming your hair. If you have questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. We would love to hear from you so that we can create content that's relevant and helpful. So thank you so much once again for joining us, and we hope to see you next time. And that's it from us for today. God bless you and bye.